any other major country on earth, a nation in which the wealthiest people are becoming phenomenally rich, while we have over 40 million people living in poverty. The very least that we can say is that nobody in America goes,
the Pied Piper Bernie Sanders for the middle class. What a GOP wants to put our interests last. He's gonna give it to you raw, no hesitation. With the right ideas to lead this great nation. No handouts, no special interest groups. He don't lie to give votes, he's telling you the truth. And while the media wants to downplay him, he's still gon' fight. Tell him all he ain't playing. Push him for higher wages so we all can feed our families. The only one I know who can conquer this insanity of this Wall Street bickering, belittling the poor. Dollar bills, only thing they considering. When people need health care, kids need school. When it comes to politics, Bernie's breaking rules. No attack ads on the competition's needed. He's running on the facts and it's something that we needed. Feel the burn, make him feel the burn. All the way to the White House, feel the burn. Feel the burn, make him feel the burn. Till the haters on the right, they can feel the burn. Feel the burn, make him feel the burn. All the way to the White House, feel the burn. Feel the burn, make him feel the burn. Till the haters on the left, they can feel the burn. See him scared shook, he's a democratic socialist, but they don't even know what it means, they just roll with it. Get over it, check the resume, fighting for civil rights ever since the first day. While other candidates still with their hands out, we do it old school, grassroots stand out. Cause this is our time to have a voice to serve. You fat cats had your chance, now it's our turn. They say he can't win, he's too liberal, way too extreme, too honest and too cynical. They want another robot politician, the same old rhetoric, now they gon' listen. Feel the burn, make them feel the burn. All the way to the White House, feel the burn. Feel the burn, make them feel the burn. Till the haters on the right, they can feel the burn. Feel the burn, make them feel the burn. All the way to the White House, feel the burn. Feel the burn, make them feel the burn. Till the haters on the left, they can feel the burn.
Millions and millions of working people who are working hard but are not making enough money to put bread on the table or to take care of their kids, and that has got to end.
Burn, make 'em feel the burn. All the way to the White House, feel the burn. Feel the burn, make 'em feel the burn. Till the haters on the right, they can feel the burn. Feel the burn, make 'em feel the burn. All the way to the White House, feel the burn. Feel the burn, make 'em feel the burn. Till the haters on the left, they can feel the burn.
Yeah, feel the burn. Tony Tig. Hey, everybody. It is Stream-A-Thon for New Hampshire. Did this for Iowa. It was a blast. Had you guys all day. It was fun. We're doing it again today. That was Tony Tig. Feel the Burn. One of the first music pieces to come out that we used on Bernie 2016 TV. It's fantastic. Thank you, Tony, for that. Subscribe to Tony's channel. Help him out. Love that song. A lot of you talking about how you're feeling the burn from that. And welcome, everybody. Trish, Frederick, Jake, Mitchell, Robin, Morris, Bad Wolf, Part Tim, 3 Hobo, Jonathan, Joe, Shaponi, Thor. Who else is in here? Hannah. Lots of people. David. All sorts of people in here. Thank you for joining us. Wonderful. I see more than 100 people already watching online. 129 playbucks. Thank you so much. Man, we have so much to cover. There is so much going on in the news. The Hillary campaign is imploding. They are flinging mud. They are getting desperate. If we thought they were desperate before, they are desperate now. But that's not the best news. First, let's talk about what's important. The most important thing to talk about. And hi, everybody. Hi. Hey, everybody. Hey, Ski Vermont. David. Yeah. How you doing? Hey, you're all here. Yes, we are all here. We are all here together. I'm looking at a cynical girl, Ed, John. Hey, everybody. Not for sale. Yes, we're all here today. We're all here gathered to support New Hampshire. We want New Hampshire to hear us. We want them to get off the chairs, out of the couch, out of their homes, into their cars, out of their dorm rooms, down. Make sure they vote in the primary. It's not enough, folks, that Bernie wins. He has to win by a large margin. There's reason for this. There's a couple reasons for this. One, apparently he has to reach, I think it's 56.3% or something. He has to make sure it has to be that. It has to be a good margin. I don't know what that is. The other thing is we're concerned about tricky stuff. We need to win decisively, right? So it has to be. And even though all the numbers indicate, I'll tell you the truth, I thought we were going to do better than we did in Iowa. So I was frightened by the numbers in Iowa. I know it was a fantastic showing, but the fact that it was where it was frightened me. New Hampshire, I realize he's got an advantage there in many ways. And thanks to Gloria Steinem and Madeleine Albright, he's pretty much lost the woman's vote. He's gained the woman's vote because Hillary has lost that vote. That's based off what I've heard other women say. I'm not a woman, but if I were, I would have been really offended by what both of those women had to say to me about my choice of Bernie. I know a lot of you said the same thing. Super delegates. A lot of people talking about that, and that is important. The super delegates, though, are chosen. We go like there's county and then state and then national super delegates. And it's this whole thing that maybe Scott can help us with when he's back. Scott's in the back end with me right now. He's off, wandering around. I can see mainstream media on his television in his house. Here, you want to see here, everybody. That's where Scott sits. We watch television back there, but we'll probably get shut down for it or something. We're going to run some video clips. I got a great selection of video clips today. I've got some Bernie speeches. We've got the C-SPAN footage from last night with a guy who I can't remember and a band that I can't remember that I really like. I played some good music. Edward something or another, and it's fantastic and it's wonderful, and we're going to listen to it. Guy made me cry. It was great. You guys tell me, remind me who that is. I don't remember who that is. And we're working on right now, just so you know, we're hoping we should have the campaign rally tonight, the campaign after party or whatever they call it. We're supposed to have feed for that. We're working on that right now. There's some weird things going on there. And on that note, again, thank you to LiveView. Want to make a point to thank LiveView. The gear that you guys crowdfunded is on scene. We're just trying to see what we're connecting, what's going to hook up, what we don't know. It's always, I know so little about what's going on there in the ground game. I am here in Portland, Oregon. Lovely. Actually, I'm in a suburb of Portland called Milwaukee. It's a little south, more rural, and I like it better here. But that's where I am. This is what's important today, folks. This is what matters today. And you got bernie.to/vote together. But you can also get there just by together.vote. No, I'm sorry. Together.vote's a different place. Boy, I'm all over the place today. Slow down. This is the goal today, folks. Twitter accounts: Hector, Aiden, Bernie Sanders. The hashtag vote together. Bernie.to/vote together. Share this. Spread it around. We are the Air Force. We are the air support for troops on the ground. Our goal is to rally the troops, help New Hampshire get up, get moving, know that we're there for them. We support them. We vote together. That's what we do. As a nation and as a planet, we're voting for Bernie Sanders. So help them spread this message. Anything you push out today with memes, hashtags, we're going to be looking at a lot of memes. You guys sent me so much stuff. I've got so many memes and articles and pieces of content, half of which I don't even have archived correctly. But what does it say? What is it? It's 3 p.m. in New Hampshire right now. What was the good news? The good news? The good news is really a bunch of truth about Hillary Clinton. That's the good news. That's the good news. Let me bring up an image that I captured the other day before things really started going, oh shit balls. That's the good note. The good news here. Please add Bernie Gals to the Twitter list. Okay. Bowls for Bernie. Yes, Bad Wolf Time Lady. I'm almost out of bowls. I'm going to have to take a longer break and go get some of that for today. But positive memes only. Yes. The Daily Send. Truth will hurt. So if it's a meme with truth on it, it's going to hurt Hillary Clinton because the truth hurts. I agree. We want positive memes. But if it's a meme clearly stating the truth, that's okay. I just want to make sure everything. This picture, though, is the most beautiful face. I captured this on it was footage. This is I don't even know who this guy is. This sums up the reaction of mainstream media, the reaction of the establishment. This sums up what they're thinking right now, folks. What? Hillary Clinton losing her national lead over Bernie Sanders, poll shows. What? No. Am I going to be looking for another job? Shit. I love that face. It's probably not what he was even referencing, but I love that face. It's just, that just says it all. That's what's going on right now, folks. The good news is that the truth cannot be denied. The truth cannot be denied. That's what's happening. We are uncovering article after article, document after document, video after video. Mainstream media can't ignore it because a lot of it's their footage. This Hillary Clinton has been caught in the ultimate of hypocritical lies. She's been caught in her circle. She's been caught being a hypocrite. She's done. She's toast. We just have to get this information to the 24%, right? Yeah, that's just David Muir, whatever. Yeah, his face is great. I haven't seen that Axelrod's tweet, but here, this is another. I showed this earlier, but this is another way tide's turning. Right? When I look at Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders was trending. This was what I saw. Okay, all sorts of positive stuff, and then Hillary Clinton was trending, and this is what we get. Hillary Clinton alleged Barack Obama sold access to big donors, now criticizes campaign finance. This is what we're talking about here. You can't say one thing and do another. You can't say you're against something and then be a part of the problem, Hillary. And we're not stupid. And we can see this. The documents are right here. You called out Obama for funneling money for what you saw right then and there as money in politics. And you do the same. Let's just a few other pieces of good news. We'll just flip through it. We'll flip through it. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm alone today. Just gonna play that tune. Here. Where's it? Here. This is the one, folks. This is the one. Yes. So Ben Jealous announced. Yeah. All sorts of people have announced. I don't even have all the lists. I don't even have all of the lists of all the people. So many people have endorsed Bernie in the last few days. Remember they said there's more on the way. There is more on the way. And Hillary was not truthful about Wall Street speaking fees. So here's the loop. She says they offered. Remember, Bernie hit her for the speaking fees. You're making an awful lot of money there from Goldman Sachs. That money can't possibly affect your decisions, right? Money in politics, right? She criticized Obama for the very same thing. Now says it's not going to have any influence on her. The money she took for these speeches, far more, insane amount. And here's the thing. She says, well, that's what they offered. She says, I didn't charge that much. Goldman Sachs just decided to pay that much. It gets worse. It gets even better. Yeah, $225 was her base fee. That is exactly right, Zox. $225 was her base fee. Okay. Thing is, your Google research barely goes back a day since the last fuck up. I'm not sure who you're talking to. But here's the thing. We can keep going. Like, if we really want to go back, it can go back and back and back again. There are so many things that we can go to 2004 with Elizabeth Warren. We can play that video today. Elizabeth Warren, 2004, telling Bill Moyers how Hillary Clinton said, oh shit, we got to stop Wall Street. And then as soon as she became a senator, didn't. And we see the speeches that here's some of the speeches, the words. People have come out now. Remember when she said, oh, I'll release my transcripts when Bernie does? Well, Bernie did, like 3 speeches for $1,800. I bet we can know what he said. It's the same shit he's been saying for 30 years. But people who were in those meetings at Goldman Sachs with Hillary at the time are like, she didn't tell us to stop. She said, good for you. Money, 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 money. Right? Make all the money you can. Vote for me. Give me some of that money. Put it into the Hillary Clinton Foundation. That's how Barack did it. That's how I do it. That's how we do it. Baby got PACs. Not only was she not truthful about the speaking fees, right? That's her minimum. $225 was her minimum fee. That's a lot of dough to be making for a speech. That's a lot of money. Wow. $225,000. That's a lot of money. I wonder what a vet could do with that kind of money. I wonder what Hillary did with that kind of money. I know what she did with that money. She chose not to sign that bankruptcy law that Warren was talking about. She chose not to go after single-payer healthcare, her own big idea in the early 90s, because she was paid $200K to shut up. I mean, Hillary, you're a hypocrite. You do what you accuse others of, or you say it doesn't matter and it's not going to influence anything, but the record is there. The record speaks for itself. Your record speaks for itself, Hillary. Your record. It's not a very good one. What are we saying here? Hillary blamed homeowners. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She blamed homeowners. Yes. Yes. Oh, where's the meme? Come on. Hang on. Got to show you the meme. Hang on. This is a good one. You guys sent me this. Either you sent me this or maybe Jesse made this. I can't keep track anymore. It's a Hillary meme. I don't know where this came from. Here. This is a good one. Tortured where needed. I'm a pragmatist. 2006. Torture is never okay. I'm a liberal. 2008. You can trust me. I'm a progressive. 2016. Here's what Dr. Cornel West has to say about that. Clinton says she'll take Wall Street money, but not let it affect her. I say, I was born at night, but not last night. And progressive. You keep saying that word, but I don't think you know what that means. You really don't. You have no freaking clue. This was one that really states what's happening, though. This is what's happening to Hillary. It's a reality check. And here's another one that was submitted to me. Go through some of these memes. That's pretty much what we got going on. I forget who sent that in. Thank you. That was beautiful. That's just really makes the case. Really makes the case. This, so here, we'll go back to the. So anyway, that's what's going on. The good news is that Hillary's campaign is imploding because all of this truth is coming out, and now we've got her caught in the web of lies. The difference between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton is 30 years of record showing that Bernie doesn't lie. He's not a perfect human being, and you can't expect him to be a perfect human being. And he's had to make some difficult choices and difficult votes based on what they were in legislation and what was going on at the time. But I do not think for one moment that ever in Bernie Sanders' history did he ever once compromise his integrity, his ethics, his moral standing on a vote. And if he had to or felt he had to, he made it damn clear. There is no record of Bernie taking large sums of money for any fucking thing. Unions have put in to support him in this election. But in Bernie's history of his life, you don't see stacks of cash for speaking somewhere. There is no record of large establishment money for Bernie Sanders. He's been ostracized from the establishment. They're probably freaked as hell that he was able to ever manage to stay in government that long. But they figured he was, a gnat on an ox. We're going to get to that ox, the beast of our government, which we have not even uncovered yet. The beast that John, I think it was Preston talked about, which we had that video still, but YouTube erased it. We're going to talk about the military-industrial complex. We're going to play Eisenhower's exit speech, 1961, talking about the real enemy. We have not yet faced our real enemy, folks. We are facing the propaganda machine of our enemy, and we are facing the front forces, the government entity of the enemy. But we have not yet faced the enemy. The enemy is the military-industrial complex. It's huge. It's global. It's powerful. It rules. And it involves people like Dick Cheney and Halliburton, company that has lost billions of our money with don't know why. It includes Exxon and GE. It includes many of the large corporations that run around saying we make light bulbs and the world greener and finer. And at the same time, we make all the weapons of mass destruction and war that have persecuted this planet for decades. And we do it for profit. We do it on your blood, the blood of the poor. Blood of the poor. Rich people don't go to war unless they have to. Poor people die in war for the rich, for the military-industrial complex that Eisenhower warned us about in 1961. And he only did it when he left because he knew. He knew. He's like, shit, if I try to talk about this while I am in office, I will die. I will get this. He knew. He knew how powerful they were. We're going to talk about that a little bit. The complex is globalized. Eisenhower was the last good Republican. I'd have to agree with that. They do want America destroyed. Is it a factor in the UK? That's interesting. Sorry, B, that's an interesting statement. That's an interesting statement. We're the TPP. We'll talk about the TPP too a lot. I don't know what we do to stop that thing. I don't know how we do that. I would suggest this. If it comes down to Congress, looks like they're actually going to sign the TPP, we need to in a peaceful protest, literally walk into Congress and sit down at their desks and refuse to let them sign that document. Because they cannot strangle our internet freedom. This will be gone. I will be arrested. Comcast will shut off my ability to broadcast. And that's just internet. The TPP fucks everything, everywhere, for everyone. It is the 1%. Go ahead, elect Bernie Sanders. Fuck you. We have the TPP. Really, that's what I feel it is. But let's move on to other things. I could play a tune. Oh, I know what I want to do. Okay, so again, reminding everybody, well, a couple things. Today is about New Hampshire, that other state, the next state. I don't even know what day it is. We've been doing a lot of broadcasting, haven't we? We've been online together a lot, haven't we? This is fun. This is fun, but it's a little stressful and challenging to remember things. I believe today is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday because they do these primary things on Tuesday. New Hampshire is our focus today. Vote together. We're going to run the clip. We're going to run the nice clip here. Let's run the nice clip. You guys all seen this? Let's run the nice clip. Where'd it go? This is a great. And I want to say one thing really quick. If you're not aware of this, there's this YouTube site out here. Before we run the vote together clip, there is a site. Thanks, guys. I'm having a good time with you. We got a long day ahead of us. I actually have to play a longer piece of video just so I can go to the store. I'm going to have to get some milk. My wife's going to run out of milk for coffee, and that's not a good. I can't let that happen. Operations around here would just grind to a halt, and so I'm going to have to go do that. I'm going to run a longer piece, but we're going to run the C-SPAN video from last night of the concert with the guy's name and the band that I can't remember that I really liked. Now I don't remember what I was going to tell you about. See what I look at comments and I go let's talk about some good stuff. And then I forget what I was going to do. And I was going to tell you something before I ran this about the vote video, which was important, but I don't remember. So just before we run this to have fun, we got to do this. I got to do this really quick. Haven't done this yet or in a while. I promise I won't do it very often. I know it was really loud. but it makes me laugh. I love it. And it's not hateful. It's just fun. You can do that to my hair too. I don't really care. But that's what Don deserves. That's really what Don deserves. I had to do that. I had to do that. We are going to run. Oh, vote together. New Hampshire. Do it. What I was going to say before I did the vote together video or run this is to say the goal today, folks, make as many memes as you can. That link, bernie.to/vote together, that takes you to a page that has all of this stuff. They've got memes and they've got clips and they've got other things. The other URL, together.vote. Very simple. Together.vote. It's in there. Oh, I'm so sorry, Morgan, if it scared you. I didn't mean, it was really loud. I'm sorry. The video is trumpdonald.org. Trumpdonald.org. I just really thought the horn thing was funny. And if you do it long enough, it pops graffiti or confetti. That'd be cool. Graffiti Donald Trump. Like he's passed out drunk and you draw stuff on his face. Somebody make that. We can do that with a Sharpie. That would be really fun. I'm sorry that was too loud. I just thought that was really funny. I thought that was funny. Why is he so orange? Because he tans that way. Together.vote. Go there. There's all sorts of stuff there. The idea is to blast the web with memes, blast the web with the truth, with the fact that we are together. Show everybody on the web. Facebook is most important, really, because Facebook is kind of like that. Facebook, one, is a very closed, filtered area. So the more of you that push stuff there, you don't assume that any of your stuff is being seen by a lot of people. It's not. Okay? Unless you're like a massive, huge celebrity and you can blast it out. And that's what we really want to do, is get the people that support Bernie Sanders to blast these memes out so they have much wider reach, in the hopes of reaching that 24%. We're trying to reach 24% of America that is not informed about the truth. That's what it comes down to, folks. We're not angry at Hillary Clinton followers and supporters. We're not angry at any human beings. We're frustrated that they are misinformed. We're frustrated that they are uneducated about the truth. We're trying to help them see the truth. We are doing this together, which would be a great lead-in to this video if I had it squared up and looking right. And here we go. Together.
Our job is not to divide. Our job is to bring people together. If we do not allow them to divide us up by race, by sexual orientation, by gender, by not allowing them to divide us up by whether or not we were born in America or whether we're immigrants, when we stand together as white, black, and Hispanic, and gay, and straight, and woman, and man, when we stand together and demand that this country works for all of us rather than the few, we will transform America. And that is what this campaign is about. It's bringing people together.
All right. So that's a great video. Really like that video. It's very touching. And apparently the audio was a little hot on that. But share that with anybody who's got a question. Share that with the 24%. It's about being together. It's time. As human beings, we've evolved. The people have evolved. We're ready. We're ready to do this. I saw a couple things. I know we've got some trolls in there. I saw one of them say Bernie equals communist, and I want to address that. I also see Jake Wimberly asking, is there a dating app for Bernie fans? And I want to address that because there's actually somebody from Reddit who hit me up about that, about can we, making one. I think it's a great idea, right? Here's the thing. think in the end, you'd end up with the majority of the populace of America in that app. I really think we're all not that far off. We all agree with Bernie's ideas, folks. Some of us are scared about how we're going to do that together. But those of us who have been working on this campaign together, those of us who have been working with Bernie Sanders doing this together, we've already seen. We've already seen that we can do what we've been told is impossible. I don't believe for 1 minute, anytime an establishment person says that's not possible, you can't do that. I'm not an American with the Hillary campaign. I'm an American with all of you. We've just seen that we can take a guy who was 0 in June of last year. He had nothing. Bernie Sanders was nothing on the map. He made an announcement on live stream. I caught it. So did a few people. And we all went, okay. Now, it inspired the shit out of me. But Bernie didn't have any points. Then he was 30 points behind in the polls. And everybody was like, it doesn't even really matter. Then all of a sudden, Bernie's tied nationally. All of a sudden, mainstream media is looking. All of a sudden, the misinformed, that 24%, is getting their information and it's changing. Bernie Sanders is a contender. Bernie Sanders looks like he might have a lead. Bernie Sanders no longer the underdog. Hillary no longer the front runner. Hillary campaign in trouble. Clinton campaign shows signs of wavering. It's amazing how establishment media changes its tune quickly to accommodate the pulse of the people. This is no different. The music industry does something similar, guys. The music industry, whether it be instruments, retail, or album sales, they look to what's going on with the people. Where's the new sound? Where's the indie music? And what is indie music? Indie music is what the people are listening to, creating, performing that is outside of the establishment norm, whatever's been created. That's not to say that the music that is in the establishment norm is bad. It's just the music that's been there. And so when you're working for a label, when you're looking for artists, you're looking for what's new. I mean, granted, they all have these formulas. They got to have so many slots for profit and all that bullshit. But really, what happens is that sound, the new sound, comes from the young, comes from what's going on underground, the pulse of the people. And that becomes the modern sound, and that becomes the mainstream sound. And then the people go, I don't want to listen to the mainstream sound anymore. And they create a new sound. And that's a cycle. And that happens in the music industry with everything. It happens in the fashion industry, where we regurgitate the same kinds of fashions, the same kinds of sounds. Currently, we're regurgitating the 80s, and the 80s was kind of a redo of the 50s. Right? I don't know what the 50s were a redo of. I think at that point, America was kind of in new turf, but I don't know. You know? It's really funny how I've watched the fashions change. And if you guys go back, you can see that the fashions have changed. All right? It's really funny. To the two things that I was going on about, I don't know, I was rambling on about stuff. The pulse of the people right now, the pulse of us, what is new? What do we want? We want a massive shift in our democracy. We want our democracy back. The establishment, the old, isn't working, and it hasn't worked. We don't like that sound anymore. We like the sound of change. We like what the people are doing. Here's the difference. Bernie Sanders, if we're going to equate, if Bernie Sanders was one record label and Hillary Clinton and the establishment were another record label, and that sounds like a band. Hillary Clinton and the establishment. That's terrible. Bernie Sanders and the 99 is the other band. And yes, I've turned this into a band fantasy battle, which would be way better than voting. It would be better if they just had to make bands and do music. Bernie's already got a lead on that because he's done an album. And I know this is going in a very strange, bizarre place. But the point is, if Hillary and Bernie had to choose, had to figure out how they were going to make their new sound, they went about it in two different ways. Hillary Clinton said, listen to that sound. Now, you bands that we already have here, try to emulate that sound so that we can build some sales. Let's try to sound like that and see what we can do. And that happens too in the industry. it's considered fake, right? Selling out, fake, whatever. Now, Bernie Sanders went the other direction. He said, where's that sound? I like that sound. That's my sound. I sound like that. Well, we're all musicians. We all like this sound. Let's go make an album together. That's the difference. Hillary Clinton says, how can we emulate this? Bernie says, let's go cut a record. Let's go change this right now. That's the difference, folks. Bernie and Hillary in a record label discussion, which I know makes no sense. Sorry, I'm going to go back to your comments here. John is going bizarre. I know I'm going bizarre. The 6 coin tosses thing, we already talked about that. That whole thing in Iowa has just been boiled down to, I think, at this point, Bernie is either even more tied or may even have more delegates, or it doesn't really matter. What it really shows is Hillary's lack of integrity. It really shows just another misstep. She claimed winner, big and strong. She really wasn't the winner, big and strong, right? And that looks bad. That looks distant. It's just bad. Bernie has been honest and true, and the upfront, transparent person that is wholly unbelievable in politics, which is why a lot of people who are very indoctrinated just don't believe it, right? He can't be for real. There's no way that guy is for real. There's a reason why our YouTube channel icon is Bernie inside a old TV frame on a unicorn with a rainbow, and the person that made that parted ways with the group. They were integral in creating this place, and I'm sorry that they had to leave. They also could not stay because they were in fear for their life and their job. That just tells you something about the campaign. It's a good time to mention that the person who made the original logo and icon artwork for this channel was one of the first 4 people that was part of the original forming. They had to leave, and many reasons why they left. I'm not going to get into that, but fear for their life for helping Bernie Sanders. They're not alone. There have been others. That should tell you something a little bit about the status of our government, about the status where things are right now. It's not good. Hillary announced she won because CNN was on cruise. Yeah. I'm reading your comments here. Just read it. Josh, nice gives some good. However, where are these super trolls? Who's the trolls? Where are these trolls? Let's take care of these guys. What's the question? I never got to the troll question. We're gonna run it. By the way, what we're gearing up for, folks, is we're gonna run a Killer Mike. Killer Mike and Bernie Sanders did a whole bunch of interviews. There's like 7 interviews, and they're all several minutes. The first one was like 6.5 minutes. We're gonna run that. We're gonna come back, have some conversation, talk, see what's going on, look at the poll results, run another clip. But I figured, I've never seen all of these videos. I've seen little bits and pieces here and there, but I want to run all of them because I'm a big Killer Mike fan now. Introduced him to him because he endorsed Bernie Sanders. And then Reagan. Oh my God. We're going to be playing that song today. Definitely, for sure. We're going to play all the Killer Mike songs I can. Drop songs in here. Okay. Drop some songs in here. BTV Live. We're going to go with Sean Porter's hashtag. I like it. BTV Live. Send that stuff to me. News articles, clips that I can run. I can't use anything from corporate media, but videos, if there's music, videos, Bernie Sanders music, you know what I can use, guys. Send it to me. We'll play it. We'll try to credit who they are. We're just going to have a fun time today doing all this stuff. Let's take a look at the first Killer Mike video. That's not it. How about, yeah. This is Talking Shop with Bernie Sanders, 1 out of 6. Economic Freedom, Killer Mike. We'll run through this, and then we'll come back, talk about it, see what's going on in comments. This gives me some time to get a cup of tea. The troll question, which I keep not answering, was, I'm sorry, we'll get to that. We'll do that after this. It says Bernie equal communist. And we can very clearly define the difference between communism, a government structure that the Russian government tried, which failed, socialism, straight socialism, which is another construct which failed, and hybrids. See, things aren't black and white. folks. Your government isn't black and white. Our government is not, I don't even know what our government's supposed to be. It's not a democracy. It's always been a socialist democracy. We have socialist programs, folks. Bernie wants to expand those socialist programs because guess what? They work. Now, they don't work when people fuck with them, like take money out of them, like they did with Social Security, but they work. And social programs all around the world work. And we can look at that. We can talk about that. We got a lot of people in our chat right now today that are from other countries, nations that have better healthcare than us, better education than us. I'm talking to you, Netherlands. I'm talking to you, Denmark. You know, you guys know. You know this shit. 24%. The 99 have 24% of America to educate. That is our mission. Let's watch this video together, folks. So glad to have you with me here. It's really nice. It's really great. Feels like a family online, and I really appreciate it being here with me to support New Hampshire in the primary so that we can show the world how much we want Bernie Sanders to be our next president of the United States. Here's Killer Mike, 1 out of 6.
Okay. Am I talking into a camera or am I just talking to the senator?
Just talk to the senator.
All right. We talked on the phone, but great to meet you. My name is Michael Render.
Nice to meet you. Bernie Sanders.
Thank you. I'm professionally known as Killer Mike. I rap, and I rap about a lot of the stuff that you ran about. And I want to talk about that. I'm a kid that grew up on the west side of Atlanta, not far from here. Working class community, I like money. I've always considered myself a capitalist. I've always tried to invent ways to make money. I remember stuff would fall off the back of a truck. We'd get it, we'd come to school, sell it, whether it was toys, candy, or whatnot. And out of the stuff that I got, or when my grandpa and I go fishing, we catch extra fish, or if one of the neighbors would grow. At the time in my community, people still grew stuff, had chickens in the backyard, stuff like that. You kill a chicken or get eggs, you take it and share it with other people.
We still have chickens in the backyard in Burlington, Vermont.
I definitely should take a visit. But I say that because although I consider myself a capitalist and I wanted to make money young, there was a certain compassion to it. There was a compassionate capitalism of sorts in which I understood I was a part of a bigger community. So the lady, Miss Ruby, whose yard I used to cut for $25, I cut her front and backyard. When she started paying me less, and I complained to my grandmother, and my grandmother explained to me that she didn't have the money she used to have. She didn't have the money she used to have because her Medicaid somehow got affected. But I stayed doing the job because I knew that her yard needed to be cut. It deserved to be cut. She deserved to have the dignity that she had always had. And then I started learning about, in high school, sentiments of other political systems besides capitalism, socialism, communism, what a despot is, you know. And socialism, although preached in a very scary way, boogeyman-like way to citizens of this country now, is not foreign. You were born in 1941. Essentially, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was still president. The things that he was proposing at the time, like Social Security, things of that nature, were considered socialism taking us on the road to communism. And I think that's something very mean and damn near evil that's said when you're talked about, because it doesn't represent what I think your real philosophy is, and people of my community, my ethnic community, haven't had an opportunity to hear you simply say, these are the things I think. So what is socialism, and what does it mean to the black community?
All right. What it means to me, what it means to the black community, what it means to the American community is the understanding that when we talk about rights, right?
Yeah.
You have freedom of speech. You can go out on the street corner and give a speech.
Absolutely.
You have the constitutional right to do that.
Absolutely.
But you know what? To be truly free, you need economic rights as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so you can go out and give a speech, but you don't have any food in your stomach, you don't have a house, roof over your head, you don't have any education. Are you really free? And I think that in the richest country in the history of the world, Mike, which is what we are right now, we can do infinitely better in providing economic rights to our people. So when I talk about democratic socialism, this is what I say. You have a right, regardless of your income, to health care.
Absolutely.
I believe that. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, you're old, young, black, white, you have a right to health care. You have a right to have an education. And I think in the year 2015, you have a right to have free tuition in public colleges and universities if you have the ability. I don't think if you're poor, you should be denied that education.
Absolutely.
All right? I think you have a right to have a decent job that pays you a living wage, and you can't make it. on 7.25 an hour, which is why we have to raise the minimum wage, and why we need pay equity for women workers. So what I am talking about when I talk about democratic socialism is to make sure that in the richest country in the history of the world, which is what we have right now, that everybody at least has a minimal standard of living and some dignity as a result of that.
So at the end of the day, people are going to get paid a fair wage.
Exactly.
Because people get paid a fair wage, people will get to have fairer living conditions.
Absolutely.
People will get to spend more time at home with their children, which gives children a bonus of confidence of, I should go to school and perform well, because now I have a parent that's in the household that can help me.
All right, Mike, you're making a huge point, which we don't talk about all that often. When I was growing up, 400 years ago, do you know that one person, in those days often the man, could work 40 hours a week
Absolutely.
and provide for the family?
Absolutely.
And today, what are you seeing all over America? You're seeing husbands and wives working incredibly long hours.
Absolutely.
Are they spending the time with the kids that they should be spending?
They can't.
They can't. So the kids are hanging out in the street corners.
Yep.
Kids are getting into trouble.
Absolutely.
And on it goes. And again, in the richest country in the history of the world, we should not be having the highest level of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth.
But I guess, Senator Sanders, where are people not seeing the connect? Like, to me, all these things are interconnected. I grew up organizing right down the street with a group of suburban kids, rowdy gang member kids, regular B&A student kids, C&D kids, right down the street, led by a woman named Alice Johnson from Chicago. And she introduced me to the tenements of social justice.
Good.
Right? I didn't know what social justice was. We all were just like, we out here trying to live. What is social justice? And my first lesson of social justice was she organized on the behalf of the Atlanta Foods Commission on Children and Youth with a woman named Jean Charles Young, Andrew Young's late wife. And she said, there's no way I'm gonna organize on the behalf of kids and not have kids a part of that process, not have kids a part of that talk. So you seem to be the only candidate that is inclusive of ideas that you just didn't bring to the table, ideas other people. Like, I'm literally here on a tweet. I'm here because I tweeted, I thought your ideas were progressive and I'd love to have a conversation with you. And the response is that you're here. That's a very different narrative than anyone running for a national office, especially US president. You are different. Why?
You are different. Why? I love that question. I love that question. And I'm guessing we'll get to that in part two. I was looking at what you guys were saying. Now is the time for tea. Yes, it is. I got the water going. I didn't have time to actually get the tea. I'll have to do that with part two. I love what he says, though. I love what Killer Mike says at the end. I'm here literally because of a tweet. You are here because of a tweet. I tweeted, like some of your ideas, wish I could talk to you. Boom. Bernie's here. Now, that doesn't mean that all of us are going to tweet and say, hey, Bernie, I'd like to talk to you, and whom he's there. I mean, yes, Bernie took an opportunity there. But at the time that Bernie took that opportunity, he really didn't have a lot of people backing him anyways. Like, that's the idea. Who can help me? He was rallying America around him. He's unique in the sense that he says, I want this democracy to be all inclusive. It's supposed to be all inclusive. Children should absolutely have a say. If we listen to our kids about what they'd like in their education, maybe we could improve it. The fact that we think our old, indoctrinated, stuffy adult ideas are always best kills me. You ever listen to kids? They're so much smarter than we are. They get it. They have a lot of insight on how they should be educated. We just don't pay any attention. Bernie Sanders on children being involved in the vote. Bernie Sanders on children being involved in anything, on us. It just us, our society. We have forgotten, folks, that this is our nation, our world. We built it. Our parents built it. Our grandparents built it. Their great-grandparents. We have worked our asses off to make America what's supposed to be a really awesome place for all of us. And it sucks balls for most of us. That's what we're fixing here. you want it to remain sucking balls and do incremental changes on that ball sucking with Hillary, then go for it. I'm all about swift, dramatic, super ass quick change with Bernie Sanders. The kind of sweeping change that FDR had, the kind of sweeping change that Teddy Roosevelt made happen. That's what I'm looking for. I think that's what you're looking for. Hi, Liberal Patriot. People are screaming, John. What are we saying? Half the time I see my name there, I'm like, shit, audio's wrong, or I lost the camera, or I'm echoing. But normally you guys put echo, and then I know. But thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's go back and take a look at the poll results. What's going on in the poll results? How are we doing here? Scott has abandoned me. I'm watching his TV. Somebody's on there. I can't read what it says. Discussion day for New Hampshire votes. Something's going on there. Let's take a look at the results. I had these up somewhere. It doesn't look like much has changed. Anybody have different information? This is still telling me. This is still telling me that Bernie Sanders, there's only 3 of 300 precincts reporting still. And it's the same, 61% Sanders, 32% Clinton, and the votes, 17 votes for Sanders, 9 votes for Clinton. I don't see any difference. First New Hampshire exit polls come out at 5 p.m. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So we have a ways to go. It's so it's 5 for so that's 2 here. It's so we got an hour. We say no 2, right? An hour Eastern. Yeah. So we got about an hour. We get the first exit poll. So that's how much time we've got to kill together talking about our government, getting cords off the bottom of our chairs. That's what we've got. So we've got an hour to go. We'll get some more information. WMR is online with what? What do they have a feed of? Fred, is it anything decent? Get a link to somebody in chat. I'm reading what you guys are saying in live production. What's going on here, guys? We're off air YouTube screen. Oh, did Killer Mike kill us? Shit.
We're going to hear from, we have to make sure that no matter what happens between now and February,
I think I'm back. I think that cleared up, folks. I'm going to wait for you guys to tell me. I think I'm back. That's just another example of YouTube's content bullshit being slow and kind of screwing up the stream. Hopefully I come back. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Killer Mike putting copyright on that. There's nothing wrong with monetizing that content. I have nothing against that. YouTube content creators should be able to do that, of course. It's the way the system works that's kind of annoying. Right? It's immediately punitive. It's immediately fuck you. And then now we'll wait. It's you're guilty. It's so designed to protect the 1%. It's so designed for the establishment. Killer Mike has nothing to do with that. It's just the way the system is set up. I don't know what the deal is with that. Hopefully we're back. I can't tell. Somebody in live production tell me if we're back. See what you guys are saying in the chat. We're back, guys. We're back. Can you see me? Let me know. Now you're saying no. I thought somebody said. So here's the deal. You probably can't see this. On YouTube, it says we're fine. How about now, folks? All right.